This is a Bible teaching podcast from www.lumen.org.uk. That's lumin.org.uk. The presenter is Jeff Lumley.
The other day I was at an event in my village, and one of the members of the church was talking to a local farmer and said, "Oh, look, there's Jeff. I hear he's been trespassing on your fields." And he said, "Well, firstly, we don't mind people. They can wander anywhere they want. But Jeff, no, he sticks to the footpaths." And I thought about it afterwards, and I thought, yeah, I can go anywhere I want, but I do always stick to the footpaths. Why is that? And the answer is actually very easy. If you want to go anywhere, you've got to go to where the footpath goes, because that gets to the hedge, and there's either a stile or a gate. If you wander off footpath, you're stuck in the field. You can't get out of the field because there's no other exit from that field. And that reminded me of the teaching in the Bible and the old version, which is still perhaps the most spoken version of the Lord's Prayer: "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." And it reminded me also of the people of Israel. They got stuck in the field, they got stuck in the wilderness, and they wandered round and round because they couldn't find the exit. God blinded them really to where the exit to that wilderness was, because they had trespassed. And what do we mean by they had trespassed? They had not acted in faith. And sin is acting not in faith. It's not trusting God, it's not believing his word, and it's living out of faith. It says somewhere, and I shall break my recording in a moment to look this up, that all man's own righteousnesses are like filthy rags to God. Here it is. It's Isaiah 64:6. Let's just read back a little bit earlier in Isaiah chapter 64. "Since ancient times," this is verse 4, "no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for him. You come to the help of those who gladly do right, and who remember your ways. But when we continue to sin against them, you were angry. How then can we be saved? All of us have become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous acts are like filthy rags. We all shrivel up like a leaf, and like the wind out our sins sweep us away. No one calls on your name or strives to lay hold of you, for you have hidden your face from us and made us waste away because of our sins. All of us have become like one who is unclean, and our righteous acts are like menstrual cloths," to use the original words. You see, sin is that which we do. All our righteous acts are like filthy rags. All that we do outside of faith is worthless in God's sight, because it is not acting in faith. It's therefore doesn't derive from him, it doesn't point to him, it is of no value. And the people of Israel wandered around in that wilderness looking for the gate, looking for the stile, looking for the way out for 40 years because they had trespassed. They were trespassing outside of faith in God. God, of course, actually used that time to teach the next generation what faith in him was all like and was all about and would be like. But until they got it, there was no way out. And there is no way out for God's people without faith. And Jesus picks this up, of course, in John chapter 10, where he says, "The man who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and robber." This is a picture of the trespasser, isn't it? I said if you wander around a field off path, there are no other exits. Perhaps you might try to climb through the brambles, climb through the hawthorn hedges. You will get very hurt. You will break a way through, but then you are laying yourself up to be called the thief and the robber, because why would anyone trust you if you've come that way? But in verse 7, Jesus says, I tell you the truth, I am the gate for the sheep. I am the gate for the sheep. If we're not trespassing and we're following Jesus, we're on the right path, and we come to the hedge, the boundary of the field, and there before us is the gate open, because he is the gate. If we're following his way, we get to the gate. And I was just thinking about that, as I say, because of that picture of what it meant to be trespassing in someone's field. I don't do it not because I'm a goody two-shoes, but because I'm trying to get somewhere, and the only way to get out of that field is to be on the right path, which leads to the stile, which leads to the gate, and which gets me to the next part of my journey. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
He lived for you, he died for you. How can you doubt that he's forgiven you? That he loves you.
Thank you for listening. The music is by PraiseForAll.wordpress.com.